AI now. Much more cheery story in the Daily Mail. Artificial intelligence is potentially racist.
This is a lot more fun. We've got racist robots now, so we don't really. Basically, this is... they say Robocop may be getting a 21st century reboot as an algorithm has been found to predict future crime a week in advance with 90% accuracy. But they've got this AI tool that forecasts crime by learning patterns in crime and the geographic locations of violent and property offences. But like they say, it's been proven controversial as the model doesn't account for systemic biases in police enforcement and its complex relationship with crime in society. I'd say it's controversial. And bear in mind, I used to be a criminal intelligence analyst. This was my bread and butter for about 10 years. It's controversial because it doesn't predict anything. They're taking blocks of a city that are 1,000 feet by 1,000 feet, and they're predicting crimes happening in that block. I'm sorry, but that's not a laser-guided cruise missile. You're not going to be able to like pinpoint, oh, we need to send the police to this 1,000-foot square block. That's an absolute nonsense, and it's only to plus and minus 1 day. So yeah, this is they're predicting nothing. It's like, oh, crime happens in a city, it's going to happen in a city next week. Like we've known that for years. So this is just nothing really.
They've known it for years. I remember Rudy Giuliani's police chief, Benjamin Bratton. This is what he became famous on.
He was born very young. And,
30.
Born very old and died very young.
What, Benjamin Bratton?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, I see. I see.
He got younger as he got older.
No, Bill Bratton. Sorry. Everything I say needs to be fact-checked. But Bill Bratton, sorry, you're right. Sorry about that.
The curious case of Lewis Schaefer.
Thank you for listening to me. I love this guy. He's like listening. And you too, Mark.
Yeah, you know you're in trouble when Leo Kearse is your fact-checker.
What do you mean? He's making stuff up? Is that what you're saying about my friend Leo?
Let's just say it's the blind leading the blind.
But the point is, he misses the point. The point is, if you have a block where there are criminals doing criminal things 1 week, probably next week they're going to be doing criminal things.
By the way, can we briefly touch on, you mentioned Giuliani, because many people think of him latterly as top lawyer and advisor to Donald Trump.
Yes.
But back in the day, he was actually a heroic national figure in America, wasn't he? Not just with his dignified handling of the 9/11 attacks, but his amazing success at tackling crime in New York.
Yeah, we brought a lot... Sorry, you were going to say something. We brought a lot of the methodologies over here. I was working in London in crime reduction when we brought over broken windows theory, problem-solving policing, and these are incredibly effective, really cost-effective ways of tackling crime. Because crime is always treated as a police issue, so you just send people in yellow jackets and they arrest people. But actually the best way of tackling crime is often environmental, so changing street lighting or changing sight lines, or even changing bus routes can make an impact and get people out of an area quicker, so you don't get violence after nightclubs shut, for example.
What was the broken window philosophy? Was it zero tolerance to small crimes?
Yeah, basically. So Lewis will know this as well as a New York resident, but if there were broken windows and graffiti and, the place looked like a state, people would feel empowered. Most crime is opportunistic. Most crime is just somebody is in a situation and they feel that they can commit a crime. So if you change the situation, then potential criminals feel that they can't, steal that handbag or mug that person or whatever it is. So if you tidy up all the broken windows, you solve the crime.
Lewis, America's great cities, Seattle, California, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Washington, they could do with some Giuliani-style tough love at the moment because America's cities have become lawless, haven't they?
Yeah, well, there's that old saying, the old Isaac Bashevis Singer, this is an obscure literature reference. He wrote a story about these people who lived in this stupid town. And there was a road outside the town where the carts were falling off in Poland, Jewish town, were falling off into the valley and dying off the cliff. So they said they put up a fence. We're going to put up a fence to stop people. And after a year, no carts had fallen down and no one had died. So they thought, the fence has been a success. We don't need it anymore. And that's what's happening in American cities, is all the things that Giuliani did, they think they don't need to do anymore.
They took it for granted, and they dropped the ball.
And they dropped the ball.
Yeah.
He's a great man.
Yeah. Turns out maybe defunding the police isn't so successful after all. Who knew? Yeah. Who knew, Leo Kearse?
And we're seeing a lot of left-wing, mayors and things like that being replaced in American cities because they're not doing the job on crime.
Yeah, too right.